and Liverpool leading by 5-0. Yes, we'll still give you as much commentary as we can, but we're obviously going to keep you busy with the other stories that are around, not just in the Premier League, but notably, of course, at the Etihad, where it's still Manchester City 0, Crystal Palace 2, Chelsea down to 10 men, drawing with Leicester City 0-0, and lots of other stories as well, as we'll keep you busy on this Saturday afternoon before Sports Report. So Liverpool all in red, playing from left to right, already in front of the Kop. Alexander-Arnold delivers a cross. Henderson with a knockdown header, cleared away by the Bournemouth defence, only as far as Salah, and it was Gomez who hits the ball in. So this scoreline already equals Bournemouth's record Premier League defeat, and they've just conceded another one. Cross came in from the right by Alexander-Arnold, and it was an outstretched leg by Chris Mepham. He was conscious of the presence of Luis Diaz. It will go down as a Bournemouth own goal. The worst possible start to the second half. Bournemouth conceding more goals. It is going to be a record Premier League defeat for them here today. Already, Liverpool are leading 6-0.
I'm just watching, they changed the system there. I was going to say that's really sensible. They went 5-4-1. They're going to try and keep it really tight for the first. Never got the phrase out, and the ball's in the middle there. And again, there's a little bit of pressure at the back. You know what Trent Alexander-Arnold does? He puts it in that dangerous area. Question mark about offside. I think they will check that though. But in the defender puts it in his own goal there. To be honest, it's a good finish. Sadly to the wrong side, but they will check it. There's maybe a question mark that running in beside him, and right behind him, Luis Diaz might have been offside. We're going to have a look.
VAR
never touched the ball, but
No, yeah, VAR having a look for a possible offside. So that once again is down to Craig Pawson. There are no other goals to tell you about just as yet early in the second half. But there has been a goal at Stamford Bridge, Masfarouki.
A first in Chelsea colours for Raheem Sterling. Chelsea 1, Leicester City 0. It took a deflection as it went past Danny Ward in the Leicester goal into the top right-hand corner. But it counts. 10 men, Chelsea 1, Leicester 0.
What doesn't help is that on the monitor that we're looking at, because of the sunshine and the shadows of the Kop, very, very hard to actually pick out what they're looking at for the offside.
Well, it's impossible for us to see, but I'm sure it is. Diaz at the back post there, and whether it was involved. We're looking at a secondary angle now. If they're looking at a secondary angle, then, well, that shouldn't be a problem. I still think the primary angle was the problem. And, they're taking their time.
Goal stands. Goal stands. He's had a look at that, has Craig Pawson. It's Liverpool 6, Bournemouth 0, and we're getting close to what would be Liverpool's record Premier League win. That was 7-0 against Crystal Palace in December 2020. And of course, the overall biggest win in the Premier League is 9. And the way that Liverpool have played today, you wouldn't rule that out, Pat.
No, you absolutely wouldn't rule it out. And the fact that there's so little confidence in the defence that they're up against just now. And of course, the small matter is they're actually shooting into the Kop now.
There's been a wicket at the cricket. Ellie.
Yes, we went through the whole afternoon session without one. Just after tea, Ben Stokes, the captain, strikes to remove Rassie van der Dussen. He's been playing with an injured finger, van der Dussen. He's done really well. 87 they put on for this fourth wicket, but he is out. And will we see a tumble of South African wickets now? 141 for 4. They trail by 123.
Commentary continues on Sports Extra. Regular updates with Ellie throughout the course of the afternoon. 5 live in the World Service here in the sunshine at Anfield. The early kickoffs, the results: Southampton 0, Manchester United 1, Sunderland 0, Norwich City 1. Latest scores in the Premier League: Brentford 0, Everton 1, Brighton and Leeds United remains goalless. Chelsea lead Leicester City by 1-0 despite being down to 10 men, and still Manchester City 0, Crystal Palace 2. As the ball is played out to that far side, the left for Liverpool. I'll run through the two teams for you. Alisson in goal, a back four of Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson. Midfield three of Henderson, Fabinho and Carvalho. And a front three of Salah, Firmino and Luis Diaz. Bournemouth are all in black. They have Travers in goal, Smith, Senesi, Mepham and Zamora at the back. They have Tavernier, Lerma, Cook and Billing with Christie and Kiefer Moore. Liverpool leading Bournemouth by 6-0. Liverpool on the attack. Luis Diaz with a cross over the head of Carvalho. Luis Diaz with the delivery, comes out to Alexander-Arnold, low ball in, loops up in the air. Bournemouth on the stretch, eventually get the ball away to Brighton. Sahel Sahi.
Still Brighton 0, Leeds 0. 4 minutes played in this second half, but good work from Brighton, good start to the second half. Down the left-hand side, and Gross was just wide, about 6 yards away. One of these sides could go top at 5 p.m. if they win, Ian. Brighton 0, Leeds 0.
Stockport County 0, Swindon 1 is the latest score in League 2. The results and the reaction in Sports Report with Mark Chapman. And at 5 o'clock, Luis Diaz has done wonderfully well. Firmino across the face of goal. That must have just shaved the far right-hand post. Liverpool close to a 7th. But of course, the story will be at the Etihad. Will Perry?
Yeah, where De Bruyne now puts it across. It's Haaland who looks to get to the ball first, and it's a good touch from Guehi who gets rid of it. And Julian Alvarez having a pretty intense conversation on the sidelines with Pep Guardiola. Won't be long, I don't think, before we see him. But City trailing Palace by 2-0.
Commentary to come at 5:30 from Arsenal against Fulham. Arsenal, the leaders this morning, the only side with a 100% winning record. John Murray and Charlie Adam bringing you commentary from the Emirates. What about that latest chance, Pat?
It's 6-0 just now. They've scored 1 in the second half. They should have scored 3. And I was just thinking tonight, you get 10 minutes of highlights. They'll be able to fit in all the goals, but there's no chance that all the clear-cut chances that Liverpool made will be shown tonight.
Well, Firmino, who earlier had scored his first goal at Anfield in the Premier League since Tottenham, December 2020. His last 11 goals in the Premier League had all been away from home, and he was close to getting a second there, as Liverpool already leading by 6-0. As for Everton, they're at Brentford. Lee Blakeman.
I have no idea how Brentford haven't scored in this game. Still Brentford 0, Everton 1, but they've just hit the frame of the goal, Brentford, for a third time. Acrobatic, overhead, Norgard 10 yards out, and it came crashing off the crossbar. Is there ever going to be a Brentford goal this afternoon? Still Brentford 0, Everton 1 somehow.
Gavin Buckland, who is the Everton historian, had tweeted during the week it was the first top-flight season since 1911-12 that Everton and Liverpool had both failed to win their first league games. That season, Everton finished second. Liverpool actually failed to win their first 5 that particular season. But it could be a Merseyside double in the Premier League today, as Carvalho, right-hand side, attacking the Kop. Gets it back from Alexander-Arnold, and Liverpool are forced away from the penalty area. Will nip back to Stamford Bridge as the ball goes out of play for a goal kick. Mazfarouki, Chelsea-Leicester.
Still Chelsea 1, Leicester 0, but there's a great chance for a second for Sterling. Havertz set Chelsea away on the counter. Sterling shot bounced off the post. Still 10-man Chelsea 1, Leicester 0.
Featured game in League One at Derby. There's been a red card. Chris Coles.
To Peterborough. Peterborough down to 10 men, still 0-0, but Nathan Thompson walking off. He's been waved off by the Derby fans. 2 yellow cards, one in the first half for a shirt pull, the second one bringing down Conor Hourihan on the edge of the penalty area. 0-0, but Peterborough down to 10 men.
Another goal in our featured game in League Two, Charlotte Richardson.
Yeah, Leyton Orient have started the second half exactly how they began the game as well, by scoring courtesy of Paul Smith. His first effort on target was smothered by goalkeeper Ben Kiddup. He made no mistake with the second, slotting the ball home into the back of an empty net. Leyton Orient 3, Hartlepool 1.
No other goals to tell you about elsewhere. Bournemouth have got a free kick on this near side. Penny for the thoughts of Scott Parker, 50th league game in charge. He was the last manager actually to win here in the Premier League, March 2021, when Fulham, with Lamina the only goal, won by a 0-0. Fulham. Since then, Liverpool have won 18 and drawn 6 as they're unbeaten in 24. That will certainly go to an undefeated run of 25 as they're handsomely in control here. Tavernier with an arcing free kick in, and the chance of a consolation for Jefferson Lerma, heads it wide, goal kick, Pat Nevin.
Yeah, that's a half chance there. They should get it on target. It's possibly not less. It's not going to the man they wanted to go to. With Thomas Lanke on the pitch now, they would have hoped he would have been at the back post and he could have maybe getting the end of it. But that's one little half a chance. But you do suspect that they're not going to get too many chances, Bournemouth. They are not committing players forward unless they have a set piece at this point in time. In Liverpool, just having a little rest for a moment.
6:06 tonight after our next commentary with Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage. I'm sure Chris Sutton would like to hear from Sunderland fans in particular. about Alex Neil's decision to leave the Stadium of Light. 08085 909 693. As there's been another goal at Watford in the Championship, Aaron Paul.
Watford 2, QPR 2 this time. It's a goal for João Pedro, who's wrestled the ball off a QPR defender, taken advantage of some really slack Rangers defending, and has lashed the ball into the far corner. Watford 2, QPR 2.
6-0 to Liverpool. Manchester City still trail 2-0 at home to Crystal Palace, as Liverpool from left to right have it now with Jordan Henderson. Carvalho back to Fabinho. Perfect opportunity to give Carvalho a sustained run out for this second half, replacing the excellent Harvey Elliott, such as the nature of the scoreline for Jurgen Klopp. The games will continue to come thick and fast over the next few weeks, with the Champions League set to resume. Now there's been a goal at the Etihad. Will Perry.
It's now Manchester City 1, Crystal Palace 2. Bernardo Silva allowed to cut inside onto his left foot, took a little nick off the Crystal Palace defender and bobbled past Vicente Gaeta in the Crystal Palace net. Alvarez and Gundogan coming on for City. City 1, Palace 2.
Thank you, Will. We'll keep you up to date. Just looking at Solanke's come onto the field of play whilst we've been away. The former Liverpool player, 30 goals he scored last season, his best season yet for the England international. And the player he's come on for is Ryan Christie. So another change being made for.
You can see the reason for that, Deno, because you want physicality when the balls have been played into the box. So you've got Billing with his physique, you've got Solanke with his physique. They can break forward now and again, but really defensively, when there's crosses coming in, you want those big lads in there to make sure that there are no more easy headers. There have been far too many of them so far.
Wigan are going to be losing their unbeaten run, it would seem. They've now conceded a third goal. Wigan 1, Burnley 3, and you would think that Burnley are on course for their first win in 5 in the Championship. Talking of East Lancashire, Blackburn, Pat Murphy.
Stoke still lead 1-0 and they deserve to do so, but through Baker in the first half. But they're going to head the steam up now, Rovers. They made a couple of substitutions at half-time. The crowd are on their side now. Tricky period this for Stoke, who lead Blackburn 1-0.
Saw Blackburn in midweek. They made 10 changes in the League Cup. Certainly John Dahl-Thomason has some promising youngsters coming up through the ranks. Tyler Morton, who's on loan from Liverpool, actually played as a centre-back in that game as Liverpool win the ball towards Salah. Just couldn't take it in his stride.
Well done, Mo Salah. Very well done. He could have made a meal of that and there would have been a possible sending off there. And he just tumbled over. I think he was probably touched as well, but got on his feet, and I think he saved a fellow pro there.
Was it Lerma who'd made the challenge? Carlisle 1, Gillingham 0. Carlisle without a win in 4 in League 2, leading at Brunton Park, Paul Simpson's team. BBC Radio 5 Live, Liverpool leading by 6-0. Tomorrow, 5 Live, Premier League Sunday from midday. Aston Villa West Ham at 2, followed by Nottingham Forest Tottenham at 4:30. The Monday Night Club with Mark Chapman at 7. Tuesday we're at Ellen Road, Leeds Everton. Wednesday Liverpool Newcastle. Thursday Leicester City Manchester United. Thursday night on transfer deadline day. Cambridge 2, Burton 2, Blackpool 2, Bristol City 1, and Huddersfield 2, West Bromwich Albion 2. Steve Bruce's side were 2-0 down, but they've now got it back to 2-2 in West Yorkshire, as Bournemouth, in front of that travelling support from the south coast. That would have been a good 6 hours journey, I would have thought, from Bournemouth, have a corner kick on this near side.
They've all stayed, Deno, which is nice of them when they're 6-0 down.
Yeah, they have stayed. Very, very loyal. Corner kick to Bournemouth, and it goes to the near post. Headed out by Henderson. Another wicket at the cricket. Ellie.
Yeah, Ben Stokes has taken 2 since tea in consecutive overs from him, and Keegan Peterson is out. A really good partnership, really good batting performance by Peterson and Van der Dusen, but Stokes has got them both 151 for 5 South Africa now. They're still 113 behind.
Commentary continues on Sports Extra here at Anfield in the sunshine. Cook loses the ball. Fabinho plays it forward. Just a little bit of Henderson. Tries to nick it away from Zamora, the left back, who now can come forward over the halfway line. A rare foray, Pat, for Bournemouth into Liverpool territory.
There's a little bit more danger about them going forward. Up this left-hand side, the 2 substitutes, Billing and Solanke, they've actually worked together. What would Dominic Solanke do to get a goal here at Anfield? He would love that.
Yeah, he didn't have I think it was 1 goal in 27 appearances when they signed him, Liverpool. Of course, he'd probably been a product of Chelsea's youth system. He had a loan spell at Vitesse Arnhem. Sheffield Wednesday 5, Forest Green 0 is the latest score in League One, and Aberdeen have got another goal against the 10 men of Livingston in the Scottish Premiership. Aberdeen 2, Livingston 0.
I love a little bit of humour in football. The Bournemouth fans are shouting "Ole" as they pass the ball just now at 6-0 down.
And now they've got themselves a throw in front of the Sir Kenny Dalglish stand on that far side, the right. There's been another goal at Ibrox, Roddy Forsyth.
And it's another goal for Rangers and another goal for Antonio Colak after excellent work by Tillman and Kent to set him up all in marks, 18 yards. Rangers 3, Ross County 0, and it's almost on the hour.
Thank you, Roddy. 6-0 here to Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold sprays the ball forward. Salah, good scoring record he's got against Bournemouth, wants to get in on the act. He enters the penalty area right-hand side now, attacking the Kop end. But Lerma back there helping out, slides to his knees, ushers the ball behind for a corner kick. Corner kick to Liverpool, still hungry for more goals.
Yeah, desperate. And of course, you know Mo Salah, each season he wants to be a top goal scorer, so he will not give up here at all. And I suspect if he's hooked at some point to rest him, he probably won't be happy because there are more goals out there if he wants them.
Corner kick, pulled back. Robertson with a curling effort. Travers with a save. Double save, still around. Firmino from close range makes it 7. It could well be a record equalling win in the Premier League for Liverpool. And Roberto Firmino bags the brace as Liverpool have got a 7th goal against a hapless Bournemouth.
Did I mention there's more goals here? About 2 seconds before. Look, that's not being clever. Every time they've attacked, every time they put a cross in, they've looked all over the place. And goalkeeper Travers there, he didn't really look that comfortable, did he? When the ball was played in there, really not comfortable. Okay, there's a player in front of him, but you don't handle the ball straight out in front of you. It's not good goalkeeping there. In the end, it's a tap in for Firmino. They won't give many easier goals than that.
Well, stand by for the record books to be potentially ripped up today. 3 times the side has scored and beaten the opposition 9-0 in the Premier League. And for Bournemouth, their all-time record defeat is actually 9-0. And in fact, that was Harry Redknapp. It was his first game in management. He was the caretaker manager replacing Dave Webb back in 1982. And Bournemouth on that day lost 9-0 to Lincoln City. When you're 7-0 down with still just under half an hour to go, you'd fear the worst.
Especially, as I say, at the Kop end, and if Liverpool want to go and push it forward. And as I said, I don't think they're firing on all cylinders right now, Liverpool. I think there are, I said gears, there's gears, plural, that they could go through from here just now. And the problem that the Bournemouth have got, there's just a lot of players out there that want to fill their boots because they want to get in the scoring list. So they're not taking it easy yet.
One man in particular, Mo Salah, 8 goals in his previous 6 games against Bournemouth. He wants to get in on the act. Cheltenham 1, Oxford United 0 is the latest score in League One. Hull 3, Coventry 1 will go to Naz after we've been to Maz.
Second goal for Chelsea, second goal for Raheem Sterling. A simple tap in for him at the left-hand post. So some lovely work down the right-hand side from Reece James in the build-up. 10-man Chelsea 2, Leicester 0.
Here he is, here's Naz.
Hull City 3, Coventry 1, the new hero of East Yorkshire, Oscar Estepina with a hat-trick. He couldn't miss from a couple of yards out. Hull 3, Coventry 1.
Liverpool are going to be making a change, and we're going to see a youngster coming on here by the name of Stefan Bacetic, who is a 17-year-old. He can either play in the central defence or midfield, and his father, Serdan, used to play for Celta Vigo and Red Star. He was out on the Asia Tour, started against Salzburg, and so he's going to be coming on. They signed him from Celta Vigo in February 2021. It's going to be a Liverpool debut for Bacetic. We're going to see James Milner coming on as well as we go back to Manchester City and Will Perry.
Well, here's Foden just inside the box, touch with the left foot, cross to Haaland! And there is the equaliser! From 2-0 down, Manchester City are level, 4 goals in 4 games for Erling Haaland. And they finally made those substitutions as well. Manchester City, Alvarez and Gundogan replacing Cancelo and Mahrez. And City all level, but they'll be looking for 3 points. City 2, Palace 2.
Yeah, they will. 25 minutes remain. Liverpool yet to make a change. The points are secure, whilst Manchester City are going for 3 points. Liverpool have already bagged those 3 points. They're just going for goals here at Anfield. 5 Live. Still to come, commentary of Arsenal Fulham at 5:30 after Sports Report. Liverpool playing from left to right in all red. Corner kick right hand side. Alexander-Arnold to take it. There are 5 red shirts to aim for in the penalty area. Salah waits just outside the box. It goes towards Van Dijk and it's headed behind for another corner, Pat.
Yep, Van Dijk gets on the back post there. He did have 3 players around him, but he's still got a clean header there. I mean, those players that are coming on now, they must be thinking the same thing. A chance to score goals in front of the Kop end. They will get opportunities.
Alexander-Arnold with the corner. Van Dijk climbs. Travers catches the ball inside his 6-yard area. BBC Radio 5 Live in the World Service. So Manchester City have come from 2-0 down to 2-2. Chelsea lead Leicester City by 2-0. Brighton 0, Leeds 0, Brentford 0, Everton 1, and a goal now at Derby in League One. Chris Coles.
And how about this? 10-man Peterborough have the lead. Derby 0, Peterborough 1. Josh Knight, the second half sub at the back post. Jack Marriott found him with a stooping header, and Knight tapped in. Peterborough down to 10 men, but they lead Derby at Pride Park by 1-0.
Derby County, who previously won all 3 at home this season. Cheltenham 1, Oxford United 1 is the latest score in League One. Bristol City have equalised at Blackpool. Blackpool 2, Bristol City 2 is a latest score. And Aberdeen have got a 4th against the 10 men of Livingston in the Scottish Premiership. You're up to date with the goals as they go in here on BBC Radio 5 Live. Not quite. Another goal at Stamford Bridge. Maz Farouki.
Leicester pulled one back. Some lovely work from Harvey Barnes. A really great finish at a tight angle on the left-hand side of a good one too with Jamie Vardy. Chelsea 2, Leicester 1.
Going to be a triple change being made by Jurgen Klopp here at Anfield. MK Dons have got a 4, Morecambe 0, MK Dons 4, and Rochdale have equalised. Rochdale 1, Crawley 1 is the latest score in League 2. There's now been a goal, deadlock broken at the Amex Sahel side.
And finally the Brighton fans will say it's about time after 66 minutes. Brighton lead Leeds by 1-0. Well worked from left to right, and it fell to Gross inside the area, and he didn't dare miss. Brighton 1, Leeds 0.
Both of those two sides unbeaten going into today's game. Brighton enjoying an excellent start to the campaign. That would actually take them top, albeit only for a couple of hours. But they would go a point ahead of Arsenal, who, of course, the only side with a 100% winning record so far. And they take on Fulham at home in the 5:30 game live on BBC Radio 5 Live. Pat Nevin.
Yep, Liverpool trying to make that triple change. They've been trying to do it for about 5 minutes now. I think they'll finally get a chance to do that. And a little bit of blessed relief if you're a Bournemouth player, a Bournemouth fan, or indeed the Bournemouth manager. Maybe a couple of youngsters coming on. Well, one anyway. Simicast is coming on. James Milner. I don't think we can call him a youngster, can we?
So Simicast will come on for Andrew Robertson. That will be like for like at left back. Roberto Firmino, who's got a couple of goals, unable to grab himself a 3rd Liverpool hat-trick today. He will make way. And then the other player to come off is going to be Jordan Henderson, I think. Jordan Henderson is going to make way on his 400th Premier League appearance of his career. I don't think he's actually seen the board yet as Jordan. And that would be Stefan Bajcetic, who's going to be coming on.
A good chance to see Bajcetic playing. And when you're coming on for a team, the joy of coming on in a home game when you're 7-0 up with absolutely no pressure whatsoever. Perfect.
So Jordan Henderson, on his 400th Premier League appearance of his career, makes way. And on comes the teenager, Stefan Bajcetic, to make his debut here for Liverpool.
And he gets a great welcome from those Liverpool fans. And I'm real desperate to see how they play. I mean, just noticing the number of players that have come on now. Cavalli's come on, he's done some really neat, nice little play, and he's fitted in well. It's one of the things about Liverpool, when they bring a player in, it's amazing how often they just slot in easily.
Let's get an update from the cricket with Ellie.
and South Africa 157 for 5. They're still 107 behind in those two crucial wickets since tea, both caught behind by Ben Foakes off the bowling of Ben Stokes, starring with the bat yesterday, starring with the ball and the gloves today, and an unplayable delivery, particularly to get rid of Keegan Peterson. If you want to watch them again, they're on the BBC Sport website, the live text pages. But England having another sniff at getting victory by the end of today, or certainly early tomorrow morning. South Africa still 107 behind, 157 for 5.
Thank you, Ellie. Commentary on Sports Extra. No, the goals elsewhere. Liverpool here leading 7-0. Ball seen out behind for a goal kick. Just thinking about it, said Bacetic, because he was signed from Celta Vigo. But if you think Serdan, with his Serbian heritage, is probably Stefan Bacetic.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Why are you asking me? There's a fairly good chance. It's interesting when players come in and they almost anglicise some of the games sometimes, but we shall find out soon enough. Just interesting to see where he fits into the side there. Who plays up front? Lewis Diaz he's gone up front in the central forward position. Salah stayed on the right hand side, and let's get a little chance for Carvalho to play in the left.
19 minutes remain here at Anfield in the sunshine. Liverpool still leads 7-0. Brentford 0, Everton 1. Brighton 1, Leeds 0. Chelsea down to 10 men, lead Leicester by 2-1. And just as last weekend, Manchester City fighting back and hauling back a 2-goal deficit. Will Perry.
68 minutes gone. Erling Haaland now on the ball after KDB played him through, and De Bruyne with a free kick which came to nothing just before that. But it's Manchester City who seem to have gone up a couple of gears since that equaliser. And that equaliser, by the way, Erling Haaland's 134th goal in 135 games for clubs and country. City 2, Palace 2.
Erling Haaland, who in the Champions League draw on Thursday will have a reunion with his former club, Borussia Dortmund. So many stories that came out from that Champions League. It will be comprehensively covered on BBC Radio 5 Live. Brentford-Everton, Lee Blakeman.
Brentford 0, Everton 1. Couple of great chances for Brentford to equalise. Vitaly Yemel's just nearly scored a header with his first touch. Brilliant save by Pickford, low down to his left. That just moments after Mbermo put a curler wide of the top corner from the edge of the area. 18 to play. Brentford 0, Everton 1.
Northampton and Doncaster both unbeaten in League 2, but it's Doncaster who've just taken the lead. Northampton 0, Doncaster 1, and Burton down to 10 men are back in front. Cambridge United 2, Burton 3 in League 1. 5 Live in the World Service here, and Liverpool playing from left to right. Now with Carvalho in from that left touch line to Luis Diaz, stopped by Billing. When you're a manager and you've suffered a heavy defeat like this, what do you take out of it?
You take out of it as another game very soon. You try and say to them, same thing. Constantly you will say, it's only 3 points, get on with the next one. If you win the next game, it's forgotten.
It was 2-0 to Crystal Palace, then it was 2-2. There's now been a fifth goal. Will Perry.
It's been coming. It's Manchester City 3, Crystal Palace 2, and Erling Haaland has his second of the afternoon. It's the simplest goal that he'll score. It's a tap-in after great work from Bernardo Silva, and there was Haaland, just to tap it past Vicente Gaita. We've still got 20 minutes to go. It's City 3, Palace 2.
Blackpool 2, Bristol City 3 is the latest score in the Championship. Pat says Bournemouth will have another game. That is right. They come very, very quickly. Wolves at home on Wednesday. A chance to dust themselves down for a beleaguered Bournemouth as Trent Alexander-Arnold on the attack right-hand side delivers the cross. That was blocked by Senesi at the back there for Bournemouth. Another goal at Millwall in the Championship. Paul Scott.
Well, it's been disallowed. It's Millwall 0, Reading 1. Still a triple change from Gary Rowett to try and inject some urgency into this match, to try and ignite it. The home side have offered very, very little. They've just had a goal disallowed. They're back in it. Millwall 0, Reading 1.
Mo Salah here inside the 6-yard area, left-footed, has somehow blazed the ball over the bar. He seems destined not to score against the team he loves scoring against.
He's actually had a tap-in with his right foot that he missed from 2 yards in the first half. Then he's through 1-1 with the goalkeeper on his left foot, and he's lashed it over the bar. Who is that? Is that Mo Salah's brother down there?
Arsenal-Fulham to follow Sports Report with commentary from the Emirates, Charlie Adam and John Murray, who has the team news.
Yes, and with it, news of a setback for Arsenal because the early leaders have lost both Partey and Zinchenko to injuries. yesterday afternoon. So Arteta makes his first 2 team changes of the season. El Neni and Tierney come in for them. Unbeaten Fulham make 1 change to their last league team. Cabano's back from injury, replacing the teenager Stansfield.
Thank you, John. Ipswich 2, Barnsley 1. The League One leaders are back in front. Kilmarnock have equalised at Rugby Park in the Scottish Premiership. Kilmarnock 1, Motherwell 1. Hull City 3, Coventry 2 is now latest in the Championship. And there's been a sending off. Oxford have had Billy Bowden sent off. They're drawing 1-1 away at Cheltenham. Aaron Paul's had another goal at Vicarage Road.
Watford 2, QPR 3. Again, QPR sting on the counter-attack. Ball in from the left. It was missed by Chair. There was a slip from a defender, and there was the man they call Uncle Albert. Albert Adoma to lash past the goalkeeper in off the post. Watford 2, QPR 3.
Hartlepool have got a goal back. Leighton Orient 3, Hartlepool 2, Rotherham 2, Birmingham City 0 is the latest in the Championship. Alexander Arnold waiting to take a throw in front of the Kop. Liverpool leading 7-0 against Bournemouth, and Liverpool go all the way back to Alisson. I told you about that goal at Hull City. Details from Naz.
Hull City 3, Coventry 2. Matt Godden, corner flicked in and tapped in by Godden to give them a little bit of hope. Hull City 3, Coventry City 2.
Alexander Arnold outside of the right boot, finds Salah, rolls away from his man in the penalty area, Mepham behind, knocks it behind for a corner kick, 7-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, absolutely willing Salah to get a goal of the Kop there. Time and again, he's making the runs, he's desperate. I think he'd be slightly, mildly embarrassed if they win 7 or 8-0 and he doesn't get on the score sheet. It'd be absolutely stunning if that happened.
In fact, it didn't take a deflection at all. It's gone out for a goal kick. Bournemouth are going to make a change. Ben Pearson is going to be coming on, and it's going to be Lewis Cook who's coming off while the change happens. Latest score in the Scottish Premiership: Aberdeen 4, Livingston 0, Livy down to 10 men. Kilmarnock 1, Motherwell 1, Rangers 3, Ross County 0, St Mirren 1, Hibs 0 are the latest scores in Scotland. Bristol Rovers have just taken the lead in League One at home to Shrewsbury, 1-0, like for like in many ways. Pearson coming on for Lewis Cook in the Bournemouth midfield. Back to Stamford Bridge, Maz Faruqi.
Still Chelsea 2, Leicester 1. Ndidi has gone close with a shot from the D though, and then one just wide of the right hand post as Leicester fight for the equaliser. Inevitably they're seeing the ball as well, a lot more with a man advantage, but they still trail 2-1.
Latest scores in League 2: Wimbledon 0, Barrow 1, Bradford and Crewe is 0-0 at Valley Parade, Carlisle 1, Gillingham 0, Harrogate 0, Newport County 4, Leighton Orient 3, Hartlepool 2. Leighton Orient, of course, the leaders. Hartlepool still yet to win under their new manager Paul Hartley. Northampton 0, Doncaster Rovers 1, Rochdale 1, Crawley 1. Rochdale bottom of the table and yet to win. Salford 0, Stevenage 0, Stockport 0, Swindon 1, Sutton 1, Mansfield Town 0, Tranmere lead Colchester by a goal to 0, and it's Walsall 1, Grimsby Town 0. And here we've got a player who's down.
Yeah, I don't even think it was a foul. He tried to actually go and turn and volley the ball away. He's caught the studs of one of the Liverpool defenders there, and there's a lot of pain there. Hopefully on his shin pad when it happened.
Whilst there's a stoppage in play, Liverpool leading 7-0. Let's get news of that Hartlepool penalty from Charlotte.
Hello, you join me now as Leighton Orient have just regained their lead. Moments ago, Josh Yamira brought Hartlepool back into this game, but Orient, they're at the top of the division for a reason. And Raul Sartori, the substitute for the hosts, has just put them ahead. Goals going on here. It's Leighton Orient 4, Hartlepool 2.
Leighton Orient 4, Hartlepool United 2. I'll give you the latest scores in League 1. Accrington 0, Exeter 0, Bristol Rovers lead Shrewsbury 1-0, Cambridge 3, Burton 3. Burton, remember, were down to 10 men in the 10th minute when Johnny Smith was sent off. Cheltenham 1, Oxford 1. Billy Bowden dismissed for Oxford, seeing out the last 16 minutes with 10 men. Derby 0, Peterborough, who also had Nathan Thompson sent off, but it's Peterborough who lead 1-0 there at Derby. The leaders Ipswich lead Barnsley 2-1, Lincoln 2, Fleetwood 1, Morecambe 0, MK Dons 4. Morecambe still without a win. Plymouth lead Bolton by a goal to 0. Port Vale 0, Portsmouth 1. Sheffield Wednesday 5, Forest Green 0, Wickham 1, Charlton 1. Let's get an update from Brentford. Still yet to resume here. Lee Blakeman.
Brentford have just had a penalty appeal waved away. They trail Everton 1-0. Alex Iwobi, arm out. It went to VAR. No penalty was the shout. We've got 11 to play. Brentford 0, Everton 1.
Brighton leads, Sahel Sahi.
Brighton leads by a goal to 0, 12 minutes to play here, and apart from the goal, the biggest cheer of the afternoon has gone for Jesse Marsh, the Leeds manager. He picked up a booking, Ian. Brighton leads by a goal to nil.
We'll have commentary from Ellen Road on Tuesday night. Leeds United against Everton. A busy night of midweek action in the Premier League. Liverpool looking for an 8th goal. Here is Carvalho! And Carvalho on the volley, right-footed. Cracks the ball past Travis. It's a record Premier League win for Liverpool. And it's a first goal for the former player, Fabio Carvalho, in front of the Cop End. Liverpool 8, Bournemouth 0.
You sometimes take the brilliance for granted when you come to Anfield. Ball played from the right back position. It's a 60-70 yard ball right onto Tsimikas, his left foot there. He plays it first time back, and it's a volley by Carvalho. Since Carvalho has come on, it has to be said, every touch he's had, the Liverpool fans have been purring. They have loved the way he's held the ball. He's very young. I think he's only 19 years of age. But he fits in here perfect. He's only been on for half of the game. He scored his goal. But he's a player for the future who's going to do incredibly well for Liverpool. This is also pure torture for anyone from Bournemouth. This is horrible to watch, and as we've said all along, every time Liverpool attack, Liverpool's never going to score.
You'd appreciate the technique, though, I'd imagine, Pat, that right-footed volley.
But the technique of the volley was brilliant from Carvalho. But it's every touch that he's had since he comes on. You know, there's no look passes all over the place. You know, when he gets the ball, his players around him, he's got utter comfort of everything that's around him. To be fair, he's going to walk in. And if you put him in any position in this Liverpool front line, and maybe even midfield as well, he will look at home. He is that good.
To compound Bournemouth's misery, the substitute Ben Pearson appears to have picked up a knock, so he actually is now hobbling off down the tunnel. So the substitute has been substituted, and it's Moncandes who's come on to replace him in this second half with 8 minutes remaining, and there's going to be another change being made. Chris Mepham is going to be coming off, and it's going to be Owen Bevan who's going to be coming on, a 19-year-old defender, to make his debut for Bournemouth in the closing stages here at Anfield, with his side 8-0 down. Manchester City were 2-0 down. They've turned it around. Will Perry.
12 of the 19 to play. Manchester City 3, Crystal Palace 2. They've got a corner, and Haaland came close to a hat-trick a couple of minutes ago. A glancing header wide from a Foden cross. Elise and Mateta on for Ayew and Klein for Palace. City 3, Palace 2.
And here we're going to have another debutant. If you remember the former Newcastle United midfielder Lee Clark, well, his son Bobby is coming on to make his Liverpool debut. He's been on the bench the last 2 games. Bobby Clark, a 17-year-old midfielder. He joined from Newcastle in 2021. Many occasion I've been sat here and Lee's just been sat up, probably with Bobby, away towards our right-hand side over our right shoulders. Well, what a proud moment this is for the Clark family. So Bobby Clark coming on to make his debut here with 7 minutes of normal time remaining, and another goal at Ibrox for Roddy.
Anything Liverpool can do twice, Rangers can do once. Stephen Davis with a side foot from a driven cross, 12 yards out, makes it Rangers 4, Ross County 0, 10 to go.
We have got 7 minutes remaining of normal time. Still got to give you the latest scores in the Championship. But Liverpool's previous best in the Premier League in terms of a record win was against Crystal Palace, December 2020. That has been eclipsed. Don't think they'll actually get their record league win, which was against Rotherham Town in 1899 when they won 10-1. But you never know, if they could just bag a couple here in the closing stages. It's still amazing to think that they've scored 8 goals and Salah
hasn't scored, no.
Isn't on the score sheet.
And by the way, should have had 2, maybe 3 goals himself. And other players have had great chances as well. And it is 8 going on 10, 11, 12. And as I keep on saying, I'm not sure they're playing at 100% yet. There will be more chances. There's 7 minutes. There's been a whole load of substitutions. You wouldn't be surprised at 9.
In front of the Cop, corner kick, 6 minutes remain. Tsimikas to take it. It's another goal. Luis Diaz near post header. And Bournemouth have conceded 9, and it is a record equalling margin of victory in the Premier League. Liverpool become the 4th side to register 9 goals. That one at the Cop. We won 10 is the chant inside Anfield.
Yeah, no surprise in 9. Slight surprise in your voice, but none in mine whatsoever. I mean, they've not defended corners, they've not defended anything penetrating from open play there, and Diaz just walks into that near post there. Now, to be fair, it's a good corner, put into the near post there, but no one challenging. 9-0. I wonder how City are doing.
Meanwhile, there's been another goal. Manchester City, Will Perry.
And from 2-0 down, Manchester City now lead Crystal Palace by 4 goals to 2. And Erling Haaland has scored his first hat-trick for Manchester City. Beautiful ball from Gundogan. Haaland out-muscled Joel Ward into the bottom left corner. What a turnaround. City 4, Palace 2.
4-2 there. Chelsea down to 10 men, lead Leicester City 2-1. Brighton 1, Leeds United 0. What about Brentford, Everton, Lee Blakeman?
Equaliser for Brentford at last from a corner. Yenel got a tap in on as a sub from about 3 yards out. If ever an equaliser was deserved, it's that for Brentford, who pushed, and now they have their goal. 5 to play. Brentford 1, Everton 1.
These are the latest scores in the Championship. Well, the result was Sunderland 0, Norwich 1. They temporarily went second. Latest scores: Blackburn 0, Stoke City 1. Dean Holden in caretaker charge. Blackpool 2, Bristol City 3. Cardiff Preston is 0-0. Huddersfield 2, West Bromwich Albion 2. Hull City 3, Coventry 2. Middlesbrough looking for their first win of the season. Leeds Swansea by 2 goals to 1. Millwall 0, Reading 1. Rotherham 2, Birmingham 0. Watford 2, Queen's Park Rangers 3. Wigan going to lose their unbeaten record. Wigan 1, Burnley 3. They are the latest scores. There's been another goal at Derby. Chris Coles.
Equaliser for Derby. They've finally taken one of their chances. Jason Knight, front post header from a corner with 2 minutes to play. Derby will fancy their chances now against 10-man Peterborough. Derby 1, Peterborough 1.
Salah trying to force his way in the penalty area, still going, and then it's just cleared away by Lerma. Anywhere will do. This is the noisiest Anfield's been for quite some time, purely because the Liverpool fans, they're a greedy bunch. They want 10 goals.
No, they want 10. It's so unusual to get it at this level of football. But it's a game within a game, and everyone understands the significance of it. To go into double figures would be incredible. So Liverpool might have been tempted just to see this game out. However, the fans, as you can hear, are not having it. They want 10.
Southampton fans are often get quite irked when you mention the defeats that they've suffered at the hands of either Manchester United or Leicester City by conceding 9 goals. It will not be popular at all on the south coast now. 9-0 with Bournemouth succumbing. The other, of course, was the Manchester United beating Ipswich 9-0 in the 90s. Never has a team in the Premier League hit double figures. But Liverpool certainly will try their utmost in the next 3 minutes.
You know, the most important person on the field may well be the referee then, because there's been a whole host of changes. There's been a couple of injuries in this second half as well. There should be a minimum of about 5 or 6 minutes added on at the end. I wonder if he'll do it. I'm not sure he will add on too much. I think there might be a bit of a sympathy vote from the referee.
We'll give you the latest scores. Derby, we've heard about. Sutton 2, Mansfield 1, that's in League 2. Cheltenham 1, Oxford United 2. Oxford United down to 10 men, have turned that one around. Stockport have equalised at home to Swindon 1-1, and it's Walsall 1, Grimsby Town 2. They're the latest scores. Plymouth in fact 2, Bolton 0 is now our latest score. Tranmere 2, Colchester 0. Reports and reaction to come in Sports Report. And then, of course, Arsenal, Fulham, commentary from 5:30 with John Murray after Sports Report. Match of the day tonight, BBC 1, 25 past 10. Well, not very often you see this happen, is it?
No, it's not. And the interesting thing about the going to 9 there, it's oddly lifted Bournemouth a wee bit to go and tackle, throw themselves in. They've actually lifted their game, although they do not. There's pride at stake here. So Bournemouth have lifted their game as well. They're flying into tackles and not just sitting back and trying to see this game to the end. So that is the game within a game at the moment, and every red here is staying and thinking, I want to see history. I want to see double figures.
Here is Gomez just over the halfway line, now towards Van Dijk. Certainly Bournemouth will not want a place in the history books to concede 10 goals. As now it's with Salah, plays it forward, Milner in the penalty area, Milner goes for goal, and Travers at his near post turns it behind, corner kick. Another goal at Derby, Chris Coles.
2 goals in 2 minutes for Derby, could well have won this game for the home side. David McGoldrick on as a second half sub tapping in an excellent cutback. Peterborough, 10 men, they were so close, but it looks like they'll lose this now. Derby 2, Peterborough 1.
Corner taken short. Carvalho for Liverpool. Ball chipped in by Clark towards the far post. Knockdown header. Carvalho, was he fouled? The referees had a look at that. VAR, of course, will have a look at it. Liverpool were looking for a penalty. They thought that there was a foul there on Carvalho. Goes out of play. Pat Nevin.
Yeah, I have to say I didn't think there was a great deal in it, but that doesn't matter now because we've got VAR and they will definitely look at it. Certainly the goalkeeper Travers is not having it. He does not want to face a penalty kick in front of the Cop at this point in the game. With very, very little time to go, and I think the assistant referee and the referee have been very kind. 4 minutes.
4 minutes of added on time, which we're now into. That's pleased the Liverpool fans who want a 10th goal. Elsewhere in the Premier League, Manchester City completely turning it around. Oh, hold on.
They may be checking.
Oh no, they were getting excited. They thought VAR was having a check. They did check it, but they've overruled it and nothing doing there. Brentford 1, Everton 1, Brighton 1, Leeds 0. Chelsea still down to 10 men after that Conor Gallagher send-off, still leading Leicester by 2 goals to 1. And now Manchester City 4, Crystal Palace 2. They were 2-0 down. Erling Haaland, though, with a hat-trick in the space of 19 minutes at the Etihad. First minute of the 4, eaten up. Another goal at Vicarage Road, Aaron Paul.
Hold on now, I'm not sure if this has been ruled out. If it is, it's a huge shame. Watford 2, QPR 3. Watford have just seen Edu Kembe with the most outrageous volley, 30 yards out, smashed it past the goalkeeper. I think it's going to be ruled out. Watford 2, QPR 3.
Thank you, Aaron. Liverpool leading 9-0. Salah on this near side, being challenged by Solanke, taken over by Billing. Free kick, though, in favour of Liverpool. Taken quickly. Salah's forward ball. Luis Diaz, right corner of the area, goes on the outside, waits, doesn't deliver the cross, drags it away from the penalty area, plays it back. Bacetic now finds Salah, back towards Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz keeps the ball in play on this right side in front of the Cop. 2 more minutes remain. Milner. Now Bacetic to run forward, looking for Luis Diaz. Carvalho's there, and in the end Marcondes plays it out. Bournemouth firmly doing some defensive work.
The thing you need to remember, it's got so close sometimes in the Premier League at the end of the season. It could be the goal difference, so you don't stop.
Here is Van Dijk. Van Dijk's forward ball. Carvalho is there into the arms of Travers. He holds on to this one. Burnley have got a 4th. Wigan 1, Burnley 4. Blackpool have equalised late on, also in the Championship. Blackpool 3, Bristol City 3. Carvalho and Travers just having a word with each other and to intercept the 2 warring players.
Well, he's gone down once in the box already, Carvalho, and this time he's gone down again. I've not seen a replay, so I can't tell you if there was in it. They've had a little look at it. I don't think they're going to give a penalty. There are some players who come into the game and have to understand that we don't go down quite that easy in the English game, and sometimes you just have to learn how it was looked at in the English game, and apart from going down a little bit too easily, Carvalho has been absolutely superb today.
It's a record equalling defeat for Bournemouth, matching that one away to Lincoln back in 1982. Harry Redknapp's first match in his managerial career as a caretaker after he'd replaced Dave Webb. Salford have left it late but have taken the lead. Salford 1, Stevenage 0 in League 2. And Liverpool right back in their own half as we enter the last 30 seconds of the minimum of 4 to be added on here on BBC Radio 5 Live, and the ball almost presented to Luis Diaz as rather reluctantly some Liverpool supporters are heading towards the exits. They wanted to see a piece of history. As it is, it will just be the 4th occasion in the Premier League era that a side has won by 9 goals to 0.
There's one very, very small moral victory that Bournemouth have got if they manage to get to the end and get to double figures. They've slowed everything down now, and it looks like they'll just see it out. But I mean, it has been incredible how easy it has been to beat that Bournemouth defence. They have been very, very poor today.
Very, very poor. Burnley have got a 5th. Wigan 1, Burnley 5. Bournemouth's misery is complete. They've suffered a joint record defeat in their history. as Liverpool have equalled a Premier League margin of victory by hammering Bournemouth by 9 goals to nil. Pat Nevin.
9